guys, Sharon Store Decor. Come on in, say hi. We're going to be doing a patriotic wreath today. Let me know that you can hear me and see me and all that good stuff. I'll wait a little while for you guys to join me. Okay, we've got something going on. How's everyone doing today? We're in May. We're going to be doing a patriotic red, white, and blue wreath. And we're going to be using the ring board. This right here. So come on in. I like to know that I can talk to somebody while I'm showing you my tutorial. We're going to be using, oh, hi Brenda, hi B, yay. Okay, oh, Beck, how are you doing today? Can you hear me, see me? Give me a thumbs up, tell me yes, and I'll get started. Hello from Baltimore. Oh, happy Mother's Day. Yay. Good afternoon. Thank you. Hi, everyone. All right. So we are doing a patriotic theme. We are doing red, white, and blue, and we are using the ring board. So thank you for the thumbs up. I like that. Okay. So here I am. Now I'm going to bring you down so you can see what we're going to be doing. So let me do that, because you don't want to see my messy living room. So here we go. Here is the sneak peek. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we are going to be using the burlap. Okay, so here is one I made. And the reason that I'm showing you is the burlap that I got. Let's put this aside. I got the roll. Hi, Tina. Hi, Tony. Hi, Pam. Donna. I got the red roll. It is 6 inches by 10 yards, which is actually 30 feet. Okay. I got the blue roll. I used the white roll already, so I am using a roll. The white is from Hobby Lobby, and it's only 15 feet, but the blue, the red, and the white, just a little bit more of one more roll makes 2 wreaths. So that's great. So this roll is a lot, okay? And this is what we're going to be doing. We're cutting the pieces in 12 inches, okay? So that would be 6 by 12 inches long. This wreath, half of it's going to be blue. So if you look at the top where you hang it, you go all the way down to the halfway point. That's 8 sections, okay? And there's going to be 2 pieces in each section. So that's 16 pieces of the blue. Then we're going to go white, red, white, red, white, red. Okay? So we'll follow along with me. I did start doing the wreath because it does take a while to do the accordion effect. Hi, Eileen. We are making a patriotic wreath, and we are using the jute burlap from Unique in the Creek. Okay? So I'm going to show you. We are just doing the inside holes, these 3 holes, okay? So what you're going to do is start from the inside, go back up through, and we're going to leave it open. Then you're going to use that same hole. You're going to go in there. That's like your shared hole or whatever you want to call that, and go back up, okay? So that is 32 pieces altogether. Hope you follow me. So again, we are not starting. Leave this section open where you hang it. You see that where the 3 holes are on the top. Okay. And then we'll start the blue from there. So if we count the sections, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And I marked it. So this is how we're going to do our fold. 12-inch piece. Okay. I like to take the bottom. You have the seam on this side and the seam on this side. I'm going to take the bottom and fold it in, okay? It's about 1 inch. And then we're just going to do an accordion back and forth. So we've got it under and then fold it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you see this little part? This part we want 9. I fold it so these, like the edges that are like kind of cut that could fray, will be facing down towards the board. Hi, Cindy from New Hampshire. So now you can see right here, you can see the zip ties, okay? But once we place them, it all kind of pushes it up so you hide all that mechanics. Okay, so then we put it in straight down. I'm going to start on the outside, easier. Okay, so we'll push this part up, zip tie it in, and because the jute is kind of thick, I am going to clip off my zip ties after each one. Okay, and I might be turning the board around a lot because I like to stand and it's kind of just the way I do it. So we've got the one in so far. Hi, Judy. Or hi, George. Okay, so again, we have a curl side up, but I'm going to fold it down, okay? And I'm going to be flipping it like an accordion. So that's 1 fold, 2, 3, 4, now you, 5, 6, 7, 8, and make sure that last part goes down. That'll be facing the board. So we got all our nice folds on top, and that part that could possibly fray will be face down toward the board. Can you pull it up to the camera for a second so I can see what it looks like? Looks like a fan. And it's just an accordion. I can't really slide it. That's why I keep folding it back and forth. I'll try showing you again. That's the bottom part. That's the top. And then I put it right down. I'm going to move that. I'm going to move it down. Let's use my clip. Hold on. Let's move it closer. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. Here we go. So now we're going to go right into the zip tie, straight down. I like to click, I said, I'm going to clip each time I do it. By the time I get to the red and white, you're gonna know what I'm doing. Okay, so now when I do the next part in, hello Brenda, this will be pushed up, so then it starts to hide the zip ties of the previous fold. Okay, let's see if I could do that again. Try to figure out how to get it so you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay, so here's our piece. Okay, and I start curl side up. Okay, and I fold it just about an inch. Then I flip it back over. Okay, so I've got the fold now underneath. And now I, like an accordion, another inch and fold it. I kind of flip it and fold it. Flip it, fold it. You're making accordion like a fan. And I was counting, I usually like kind of do it 9 times as my fold. The main thing is this part right here you want to face towards the bottom. Here it is again. Here is the edge that you want towards the bottom. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, then we're going to place it right into our zip tie. Not this way, this way. Okay. I'm gonna clip that in. I'm going to move that aside. Thank you. I'm glad it makes sense. I'm just going to continue along. What's everybody doing for Mother's Day? My husband is cooking for me. My kids, I'm not sure what's going on. But I have a Mother's Day tea on Saturday, and that should be nice. Anybody else doing anything special for Mother's Day? Okay, so we push that up. And then you can fluff around it, but that's how it's going to look so far. And you can just move your pieces around afterward so it covers your zip ties. So let's see if I could do it. I can't really do it sliding because the material is kind of, it's thick, so it's easier to flip it back and forth. I think Brian had used this fold, spending time with Mom, nice, used this fold to make the heart wreath, but his material was a little bit different than the jute. So I found that flipping it back and forth works best. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing yet either. Hopefully they get me more flowers. Do some more gardening. And I really haven't. Hi, Teresa. I really haven't started doing. Just this week, I'm starting patriotic wreaths. I know I'm behind. I'm always behind. It's okay. But this was perfect timing. I wanted to show you guys. I think somebody had asked about the 6-inch burlap. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can make a patriotic wreath, and then I'll have stuff ready for my rodeo that I'm doing. I'm not doing the rodeo. I'm going to a rodeo, and I'm a vendor at a rodeo. So I'm going to bring some ports, wreaths, and patriotic stuff. Okay, just 2 more of the blue. Yep, let's do that right. Hold it under. Hi, Virginia. We're making a patriotic wreath with the burlap. So has anyone made wreaths with the burlap yet? Have you tried using it? It is. It's a dark navy. Yep, darker blue color. Okay. Like I said, you got to clip. Yes, I've tried, but it's a bit thick. It is thick. I do like to try this fold. Did you like using it? This is cut in 12 inches. Did you, when you made the candy canes, did you use this fold as well? Ooh, surprise. That's always fun. Okay, so now we've got all our red. I mean, all our red. All our blue, all our navy. And again, we'll push it up. So now we're going to start. We have, if you're just coming in, I'm doing half of the board in blue. And then I'm going to do white, red, white, red, white, red. Now, if you wanted, something was showing, like, you wanted to put something there, you can always add things. I saw Brian and I loved it, so I made one. How nice. Okay, now we're going to start with the red. Nope, starting with white. I made a little mark there. So this was the material that, the white I did not get from Unique in the Creek because I had used it already, not realizing I was going to be making a patriotic wreath. So this is white from Hobby Lobby. Hi, Michelle. Okay. That's true. I did not wood burn it, so you know. Okay. Hi, Joyce. How are you? Making a patriotic wreath. Thanks for joining today. So now we got white and we'll go to red. Yay! Okay, get that out of the way. Oh, yes, definitely, Susan. I agree. Some bad storms are going on. Putting away your craft stuff. My craft stuff's everywhere. Making a patriotic wreath. Have you tried the burlap yet, Carrie? Oh, you bought it in West Virginia? It's in West Virginia? Oh. It is nice colors. That one I went a little too far over and I can't move it nearly. Come on, move over a little. There we go. All right. Get another white. Okay. That didn't fold right. That didn't fold right. I got to do that one again. I missed my up, down, fold back. Okay, here we go. I was in such a rhythm, I folded it over it. Okay. You did a baseball wreath out of the burlap? Or on the ring board? You're just at the ring board. My first sale on Etsy, nice. Hi, Darla. Regular brown burlap. I like the burlap. This jute is a little thick. I wish it was a little softer. That's the only thing I would say. But that's the material. And it does give you a whole different look. So there is that. I guess because I'm on my second wreath, this fold has been a little hard to pull. It's tight. Yes, definitely first time for everything. You should try it. Drop my clip. Okay, now I got to clip that for a second because I did not undo my zip tie. It's much easier to do that first. Okay. Moving right along. Raise the camera a little. Oh, sure. I'm not sure how to zoom in and out, but does that help? Better? You see what we're doing so far? We've got all the blue, and now we're going red, white, red, well, white, red, white, red. Okay, so now we're on the white. So you do not need to wood burn this. The most important part is just to keep that cut part on each end facing down towards the board. Okay, so now you've got your cut end is going to go down into the zip tie. And sorry if I'm moving the board around. That's what happens when I stand up all the time. Okay. Thanks, Joyce. So now if anyone's following along, I put my glue gun on because I am going to be adding stars. Okay. Fix that here. I'm going to go into the red. We just got a few more left. Thank you. It is different. It's a different style. I've never done this burlap before on the ring board, so this is my first time. And I like that I was able to, how long does it cut your burlap? I cut each piece into 12 inches, if that's what you're asking, Cindy. And what I like about it, because I'm doing the red, white, and blue, I was able to make 2 wreaths out of all using the blue and the red, and then I had the white. So that was awesome. It's a lot of 30 feet. You're welcome, Cindy. Oops. Okay, go down a little bit. That's not right. Let me try that again. I just want to make sure that cut part goes facing down. There we go. There's our little fan. Okay, a few more left. Our last of the white. Okay, one more white. Take that off. Anybody have any questions on the fold? We're just calling it an accordion fold. And cut extra. You did the blue the same way? Yep, the blue is the same way. Everything is the accordion fold, and everything was cut in 12 inches. So there's 8 sections, 16 pieces of the navy blue. This is 6 inches wide. The white that I got from Hobby Lobby was 5.5 inches, just a tiniest bit smaller. But I had used the white already that I got from Unique in the Creek, so I needed to have some white. I got to fold. I want that on the bottom. Try that again. It was too wide. There we go. Thank you, Dee. Okay, place it down. There we go. All right, one more piece. I had 2 craft shows. The one I did really, really good. The other one was more of like a fundraiser or a tribute. That one was, it wasn't as a big seller as the other one, but I was happy. It was a good event and, you know, a good cause. So, and I'm doing a lot of stuff online. So, yeah, keeping busy. Very, very, very busy. Thank you for asking, Joyce. You know, sometimes you try new shows, you don't know how you don't know what to expect. But it definitely was a lot of nice people, and I made a lot of, met a lot of nice new people. That's what it's about. Okay, so here is your wreath. Now, if you wanted to, let's say you have some extra white, like I do, I'm going to cut a couple pieces and make some little curls to put in the middle of the white. Just got to find my cutter. I did that on this wreath. Just filled in a little bit on the centers of the white. So I made like little burlap curls. So I just decided to cut it at 5 inches and get my zip tie. And in the middle, I'm putting one piece in the middle of each section of the white. So you could put your zip tie in anywhere. Okay. And then I just curled it up with a little curl. Now this is when you can get your jute roping or another little added patriotic flower, star. And then that covers up your zip ties even more. I'll put another one. Thank you, Dee. Well, like I said, I have leftover white, so I figure why not use it for the curls. All right, so we're going to cut them at 5 inches. Cut it a little bit more, a little better. And you're just curling it up, rolling it. That's all I'm doing is rolling it. A little cut side I'm going to face down right into my zip tie. Of course I put it in wrong. Let's do it again. Happens. Okay. Honestly, no. But my hands, I've been landscaping all week, so I don't know. My hands are just hurting a little bit. So, and like I said, I made 2 wreaths out of the burlap. I think if your hands are hurting, I would use regular mesh. But I think it is definitely a different look and a different size. So definitely worth a try. And I'm just putting this extra little stuff to cover up some of the zip ties. Oh, your hands hurt all the time, Dee. Stick with the mesh. Yeah, it's a little tighter weave, so it's harder to fold. But it does give a really nice look. Primitive. Primitive, is that the same as rustic, Cindy? Oh, weren't they beautiful, those colors? Okay, so I posted a picture of these purple columbine flowers that, surprise, they were just, I did not plant them. So I don't know where they came from, but they are beautiful. You can check my story or check my page. I was so happy to see them. I love all kinds of plants, irises, and, especially my clematis. This is my favorite time of year when all the plants are starting to bloom. I go outside and I'm like, ooh, look at that flower. And the lilacs all blooming. I'm more north, so it took a little while. What's your page? Sharon's Door Decor. Please follow me. Okay, so here we go. Here's the wreath so far. Now I'm going to add some wood stars. Yes, my page is Sharon's Door Decor. That's who I am. Make it like Sharon. And okay, so I've got wood stars here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, what do we got? We've got 9 stars here. Came in a bag of all different sizes. I spray painted them white. They were just wood. They were just wood. And I don't know if you can even see the color. They were just wood stars. And I spray painted them white. Now, here's some big ones. Okay. You could do 5 big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could do 5 big ones like that if you wanted. I'm going to use the small ones, but you could do that. So I have my glue gun ready. And I'm just going to glue them on. You know what? I want to kind of place them so I know what I'm doing. Put one here. Okay, that should be enough. All right. So we're just going to glue right along, and then we'll make a bow, and then we'll be done. Okay. You didn't recognize my voice? Did it change? Thank you for following me, Cindy. Okay. Thank you, Teresa. This is my first time doing this fold, so I do like it. I like trying new things. Just gotta hold this on, burn my finger a little, you know. Thank you, Susan. Okay, a little glue. 2 more. Now you can add as many as you want, sizes that you want. It is a, I don't know if there's poly in there. It's a jute burlap. When you look it up, you can just look up burlap and it'll come up. 6-inch jute burlap. Poly jute? It could be. I'm not really sure. Okay, now I'm going to put a hanger on because I always forget the hanger while I'm on with you guys. So I'm just going to find the top right here. Now you could add any kind of other accessories that you want. A sign in the middle. We'll just go through the back. Okay, now I'm going to make a bow. Clip that off. Okay, here's what we got so far. Now you don't even need a bow if you don't want one. But here, like I said, you could put a sign in the middle. You could add some other things, flowers if you like, or just leave it more of a rustic look. But I'm going to add a bow to the bottom. And Unique in the Creek has lots of nice ribbons. This is one of the ribbons that I have that I thought would go well. And I'm going to use that. Okay, so let me just get my handy dandy bow maker, which I love. Thank you, Judy. Okay, so, and I like this ribbon because it's got the navy blue stars in it. And I think I'll just make 7-inch tail. And let's see what size loops I want. Okay. Oop, hold on. Okay, I'm going to make 5-inch loops. Just a couple of them. I'm going to do just a simple bow. Another 5-inch loop. And I also like that it's the natural color in the ribbon because the white is not pure white that I used with the red and white stripe. It's more of a cream color. And we're going to do one more, and we'll just do a little bit smaller, 4 inches. One more loop. Okay. Cut that. Cut your tails. Okay. Now, I have a pipe cleaner somewhere. There it is. My red pipe cleaner. And you can use a zip tie, or you can use pipe cleaner, whichever you like. And I am going to find the holes. We're going to go in the center of the blue. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I can see that. Just working my pipe cleaner into my hole. Come on, doesn't want to go in. There we go. Okay. And just tighten that up. And you might get a little fraying. You just want to cut that off. Let me just see if I have to make it tighter. I do have to pull it a little bit tighter. Now you can make your bow as elaborate as you like. I also have some string that I'm going to wrap around it, just that can hang a little bit. But I'm not going to add any more. Red, white, and blue string is what I'm adding to it now. A little of the jute roping would be nice too. I also have, you can add, I think I'm going to, I have a little star. I have a bag full of stars. So I'm going to add a little red star to the middle. And then it'll be done. All right. Let me take a look. Make sure it's all. Fix my bow. All right. Thank you. You have the red and blue. Look at that. Great. All right. So let's move the camera up a little bit. Look at my messy living room. Got my little red, white, and blue. And there we go. So we're all ready for Memorial Day, 4th of July, Flag Day. And now I have 2. So if you get the red and the blue, you'll be able to make 2 wreaths out of it. Get the white as well, and you'll have a lot extra to use for other projects. But I hope that, you try out the 6-inch burlap and, make yourself a patriotic wreath. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to the camera. Thank you guys for joining me. Happy Mother's Day to you all. And I hope you have a nice weekend. And I'm Sharon Sword Decor. Make it like Sharon. So thanks again for joining me. And have a good night. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Beck. Glad you guys like it.